Good morning from the beautiful Moonfiddle. I'm going to start as always with making myself a cup of tea. This morning is homemade chai. I haven't been feeling very well this week, so this week it's going to be a very slow video about how I make flowers. I started off by gathering the flowers that I already have, the fake flowers that I keep. And then I went into my cupboard of knickknacks. I always enjoy this, getting out the buttons and the little bits, the little treasures that I've collected over the years. It's always fun to see how I can use them. Begin by taking out the flowers and selecting the ones that you want to use. I found a combo here of red, white and blue, which I think is quite fitting since I'm going to the UK next week. Start by pulling the flowers apart, taking out the plastic pieces. I use needle nose pliers for this. As you pull them apart and take the layers of petals off, you'll find that there's small baskets, little plastic baskets in there. Remove these so that your flowers can lie flat on your head. There may be several inside one flower. I take all these elements out because I don't want the flowers to stick up so far from my head. In the middle of some flowers you'll find a little styrofoam ball. Take these out as well. Right now I'm just deciding which petals to use. Lay everything out so you can see what you've got. I just take the flowers apart, and right now I know that I'd like to create a mixture of colours within one flower for my hair. I'm still not sure at this stage how it's going to look, so this is a bit of playing around. Through playing, I'm kind of figuring out I'm going to make two flowers. I'm kind of layering the red and the white right now. The blue flowers are much smaller, so they need to go near the centre. It's a bit of a fiddle, but keep playing until you've got something that you like the look of. You always have a basic idea in your head when you begin these projects of how it's going to look. But what's in your head at the beginning of the project is usually vastly different from what actually appears at the end of a project. Through layering these, I'm starting to see that the larger white petals aren't going to work. I like the colour combos here. Kind of reminds me a bit of a lotus flower. I'm using Gutermann thread, extra strong, with my needle. I've got a double thread, and I start by creating a knot in the first layer of the flower. Very often these threads become tangled and it's a bit of a pain, but just don't lose your patience. I'm not the world's best sewer. This doesn't have to be overly pretty. As I haven't been feeling well, I haven't been able to practice this week. I've spent most of the week in bed, so this is a nice, calm, quiet activity that I can still do, which is, associated with the dance, and still create something that I can use that's useful. I'm taking an old button here that I've taken off an old coat that I can't use anymore. I like reusing bits and bobs. I also really enjoy going to thrift shops, second-hand shops, and seeing what I can find. Sometimes they have little sewing sections with beads and scraps of lace and fabric, and I'm just absolutely in heaven looking at these things. Something you might not know about me is in my previous life in the UK, I actually worked in a fabric shop selling curtains and upholstery fabric. And I had access to a haberdashery section, and oh my goodness, it was a delight to go to work. I did not have much of my wages left after that. I was always in the sales section looking at bits and bobs. I still have some remnants from those days with me. Find some kind of hair slide that you like. There's so many different types. I particularly like these kind of hair slides. Get a little scrap of, I use green felt, but whatever colour felt you happen to have. You only need a really small square. Mine is maybe 1.5 centimetres by 1.5 centimetres ish. I don't exactly measure it. It's just to add a little bit of structure to the back of the flower, as you can see. And then sew it onto the back of the flower. I've got a little loop bit there that I didn't pull through properly, so I'm utilising that and placing my hair slide in there and beginning to sew on that bit. So it looks like I meant to do it. Happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. I'm kind of weaving it in and out in like a figure of 8 sort of pattern here. So like the right side and then the left side, the right side, the left side. I find things like sewing to be quite meditative, especially when the kids aren't around, my husband's not here. It's a really quiet activity where I can just get into it, and I really enjoy sitting there in the calmness. My dog often sits at my feet, Molly. So you can see where I've woven in and out here with the thread. Leave the hair slide open when you're sewing it and just sew the top part to the flower. And when you've got to the end, just knot it. And snip it off. And there you go. Let's see how it looks. So tell me, how do you make your hair flowers? What techniques do you use? Do you make them, or do you only buy them? Tell me in the comments below. Have a great day, darlings. See you next week.